Oh, thanks so much for having me. Hey, have you ever met those people that they can take a 5-minute task and turn it into a weekend project? Yeah, I know. I'm one of those people too. And I feel really guilty because I took so long. I think it's because I was raised Catholic. And Catholics are the originators of complicated guilt. I mean, you know, when all my little non-Catholic friends were going to Sunday school, pretty self-explanatory, I had to go to catechism. I think it's very close to the word cataclysmic. Catastrophe. It was complicated. I was with my little friend at 8 years old in church, Mass actually, Teresa Clancy, and she said, "Come on, it's time that we get up and have some baby Jesus bread." Well, I hadn't made communion yet, but I was hungry, so I went and stood in the bread line. And that preacher, that priest, he put that little wafer of bread on my mouth. I got back to my seat, and have you ever had some really cheap bologna from Walmart? You know, if you have, then you do your white trailer trash food at its finest. And, you know, you think you see that, you're having some bologna, but it's really just a cardboard picture of a piece of bologna. I thought maybe he opened a new loaf of bread, and he accidentally put the cardboard picture and a piece of bread on my mouth. It wasn't really bread. My little friend looked at me. Ooh, you spit out baby Jesus. You in trouble. Baby Jesus, I want baby Jesus. My mom right here. No, let me see your hands. No, why not? Because I'm praying. Well, you know, I actually did make communion a little time after that, but I had to jump through the hoop of all hoops, and that was confession. Oh, I mean, you walk into this little dark closet, and then you see the shadow, and you got to spill your guts about every rotten thing you've done for the first 9 years of your life. I froze. I broke a vase, and I blamed him on my brother. Now, me and my brother, we were rotten little bastards, but we were not snitches. I would never tell anything about my brother. What I should have said was, well, for starters, I took that baby Jesus bread when I wasn't supposed to, and then I spit it out, and it tasted terrible. And by the way, if you love Jesus so much, why don't you make some pumpernickel Jesus bread? Some fingal Jesus bread. This is respect. Make him taste better. Well, the best thing about being Catholic, we do celebrate a lot, you know, because with every celebration comes alcohol. And alcohol is a solvent against guilt. I mean, we celebrate when you're buried, we celebrate when you're married. The only difference between a Catholic wedding and a Catholic wake is one less alcoholic. You have a day where you can bring your pets to church. The priest will bless the pets out in the parking lot. That day, even my dog got drunk. Well, I finally figured out that church could be fun, and that was when I was invited to the black church. My coworker said, Annie, she said, come to my church. My husband is the pastor. I said, okay, I'll come visit South Central LA Church with you. And then she introduced me to the first lady that I met. She said, this is Sister Marion White. You know, I said, nice to meet you, Marion White. Well, her real name was Black, but she thought that'd be funny to make me walk into the all-black church in South Central LA and look like a racist asshole. Thank you, Annie. You know, now her husband got up to preach. Not only was he her husband, but he was also an LAPD officer. And he said, okay, congregation, when I say stand and praise the Lord, you stand and praise the Lord. If I say shots fired, drop, you drop. I said, wow, that's just like Catholic church. Up, down, up, down, up, down. You know, and then I started looking around, and I seen the ladies with all these amazing, beautiful hats on. I said, Annie, if I join this congregation, can I wear a pretty hat like that? She said, of course you can wear a hat like that. I said, well then, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And then, of course, Catholic guilt set in. I said, you know, I've already pissed off God 2 times in his own house. Once for eating that baby Jesus bread when I wasn't supposed to, and then, you know, for making fun of the rules in his house, in his own house. I'm afraid if I join this church just because I want to wear that pretty hat, I will walk out on the steps of this church and be struck down by a drive-by bolt of lightning. Oh, no, I won't do that. Okay, well, I'm just going to be a visitor, but I'm going to get me a hat like that.
Barbara Torina, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace out, William.